Hi, my name is Lori Leder, and I'm excited to be in this class. I am a wife of a recently retired military veteran and a mother with 13 kids. They are ages 2 to 24, and I also have 3 grandchildren, ages 9 months to 3 years old. My family's pretty big, but it's never boring, and I love being a mom. And although I do feel sometimes I probably get a little overscheduled and maybe a little under-rested, but somehow I function through it, and I wouldn't change it. I currently work as a nutrition educator, mostly in the elementary schools, but I also work with the older population of 65 and older doing nutrition education, and I work through the K-State Research and Extension Office here in Abilene, Kansas. I would like to become a counselor, and I'm pursuing my degree in psychology with a minor in health and wellness. I completely believe that your health and your wellness have quite a bit to do with your psychological wellness and vice versa. On top of my professional pursuits and interests, I also volunteer as a youth leader at our church, and I did some campaigning and volunteering for the USO for quite a while, and I currently serve on multiple health and wellness coalitions and organizations, and I am currently the president-elect of the Kansas Nutrition Council. So I went to take the quiz with the idea in my head that I was going to probably come out pretty conservative. I mean, come on, 13 kids, I've been married for 24 years, I'm probably what I thought was pretty much a conservative Christian, and am a registered Republican. So what came back was that I am a business conservative, which I didn't really know that distinction before. Apparently about 10% of the country falls into this category. So as I looked through it, there were a few things that I agreed with that it basically categorized me into. And so I would say that I agree that I am less socially conservative, and that I do think that there's a place and a need for helping poorer individuals and families and having programs of that type. I also agree that we need smaller government, and that businesses and individuals could really kind of be picking up the slack and taking some responsibility when it comes to our poorer population. I also agree that we need to be more globally involved, but in saying that, we need to also expect that from other countries and not be shouldering all, if not the majority of the burden on the U.S. only. I agree that if immigrants are working hard, that it can help to strengthen our country, but I would also say that if those same immigrants are depending on our welfare system, it probably is not helping our country. I would disagree on a few things that it kind of categorized me into, and that would be that although I support businesses in general, I would probably say that I support more the smaller business than the larger business. And let me explain. Larger companies, in my opinion, tend to dominate the market, and then making it difficult for smaller companies to kind of break through or start up or continue to thrive in the market, mostly because of that price point that happens sometimes when the bigger companies can buy at lower cost than a smaller company. In this area, however, I also see where the government is too involved, in that it can create so many regulations and restrictions that it's more difficult for these smaller companies to meet these requirements unless they have some type of financial backing or means. So there were a few things that I agreed with, a few things that I didn't agree with. You've heard a little bit about me. I really look forward to seeing everybody else's introductions and reading the discussions and interacting with everybody throughout this class.